to Silverfang Vengeance. So here we are on Tuesday night during the live stream. If you're catching this on YouTube, maybe consider checking out the schedule at Rhadamant.com and figuring out if you could ever make a live stream. So a recap of the rules here. Family members, they are who gets to join, and the majority of the money is made through slavery, and we don't really tech past electricity. Trying to make a giant shrine to Grief, who was our savior from Silverfang Hunters, and all the pirate bases must be destroyed, and there's plenty of them. Alright, so here we are. A quick recap. Last episode, towards the end there, we sort of voted to moat and wall up the exterior. That has taken a considerable amount of our time. I do have a few tips from you all, so let me go over those right away. Hey, Crabadash, thanks for the Prime sub there. So, right at the end of the last episode, we had a bunch of elk come in to try to squish us. They might have destroyed, like, a door or something, but we basically smushed them, like, immediately. And it was really cool, because the design that we used... Oh, interesting. We have a timber wolf that just tamed itself. Yeah, so the defenses that we used worked perfectly. I really could not have complained about it. So, yeah, that was phenomenal. Honestly. Yes. So what we're going to have to do is build up a food stockpile for the winter coming up here because, of course, it's late fall and we don't really have much food stockpiled. We have some kibble, but it's not really going to be enough to sustain us. Alright, so animals here. Let's see. They were in the safe room. Let's send them to the pet zone. Get them to head off on their own. I think at this point it's late enough in the season that resowing any crops is probably out of the question. So I'm going to tick that off. You know what? I'm going to tick that on. We might as well get some plant skills here. Let's see. What else is going on? We need to rebuild a few walls, but that's sort of fine. A lot of the interior doors can be propped open again. We don't really need to close them. Looks like a lot of these dogs are hauling drugs for me. There was a lot of ambrosia that sprouted and spawned. Kenoth V, thanks for the sub there. Hi everyone that's tuning in a little early. Yeah, so as I was saying, the ambrosia. This map has a lot of it. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I have storytellers that are just like, here is buckets of ambrosia. I hope you enjoy it. And usually I get buckets of ambrosia when, well, basically when I have no ability to keep it long term. That seems to be the case. It's kind of like a joke. And by that I mean when I'm unable to refrigerate it. And then other times I get buckets of ambrosia, you know, it's, yeah. So here is our ambrosia. I think what I'm going to do is move it to this stockpile. I'm just going to call it Ambro. This stockpile here is sort of the pets keep out. So drugs, beer, pemmican, stuff that I just don't want the... let's put all drugs in there. Just stuff that I wouldn't really want the pets to get into is going to get plopped up in there. Okay, so it looks like we're actually resowing the cornfield. God knows we're not going to be able to harvest that, so I'm going to tell them to stop because that is going to take forever and a day. Corn is a really wonderful low effort crop. And I say that because it has a long growing period, but produces a lot of food as a result. So it doesn't, you know, you sow it and then many days later you can harvest it. And there's not a lot of work in between. Unlike rice, of course, that you constantly are resowing and harvesting and you go through multiple cycles like that. I think what I'm going to do is As I say, I don't like to reuse temp zones, so let's just, I'm just not even going to name it. Forget it. I'm going to keep Chief here for a moment, just so that he can remove these old walls. Because we would like to mode it up, and I'd like not to run into the walls and use non-granite walls. It's nice to have them all uniform. And that way I know what they take to repair, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Chief, thanks for that. Are all my pawns unrestricted? I suppose they are, yeah. Alright, so now that we can see the floor print, or the, you know, the borders of that lake without that slate wall cutting through, let's get that walled up. I would say we're about 4/5 done with our little Silverfang Castle rubber ducky, or whatever it is. Another thing I should consider is, yeah, we really shouldn't be keeping beer up here if they're going to be drinking it up there and not enjoying it in the rec room. We were thinking about a second stove. I'm just going to forbid that for now because I think we have bigger fish to fry. Mostly that, I don't know, we just need to get through a lot more cooking. So what I'm going to do is harvest all this corn early. And that way the corn can get paired with the meat to turn into pemmican before the mass spoiling of the meat. That should be efficient. Let's see here. We still have a lot of stuff in here that we're not supposed to. Let me refresh my memory about the pet zone. So the pet zone, they are allowed to go to the stockpile. So yeah, I really shouldn't be keeping anything pet unsafe in there. And there is certainly a better way to make the tea. We are now making... Okay, there we go. We're finally getting some corn, making the pemmican. Alright, take a moment to haul it, and then Angel should be able to make that into pemmican, no problem. Angel asks about keeping the prison for prisoners only. I don't even think this is really the prison cell. I only just threw it in there because this was a room that I could use. But truth be told, I think I really ought to have a dedicated prison cells, and actually to keep the prison somewhat nice, because the nicer it is, the more the less they'll rebel, and the less they rebel, the easier it will be to, you know, keep them healthy and sell them or whatever. Alright, so what is going on here? We have, this is preferred. Alright, this is going to be important then. I was wondering why nothing was being hauled to where it should be, and it's just because the zones were a little bit miss. And this should be critical. Let me just double check on all this, because apparently I've been messing this all up. There we go. So this should just like the change of priorities here should speed up the pemmican crafting considerably. And then the psychite leaves, yes, the psychite leaves also need to be hauled properly as well. So there we go. So we still have a considerable amount of additional, this is almost like a weird Texas, no, it's not really Texas. But this is where the temple's gonna go, the shrine to grief. The oddly shaped shrine. And we have a lot more of that to get through. That wolf just was like, you know what? I'm going to eat a whole lot of this corn raw. And then he did. The mad dog. right. I feel like every time I look back, there is more wort. Oh, there we go. There's more wort, and it's just like sitting there, not making beer. Oh, there goes the hare. And we're getting through the last of the elk way before it spoils. We are heading into September, or we're in September rather. So it's going to be important to secure a decent amount of food for the future. And that's exactly what I'm having them all do. Scrambling to do it. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let's just temporarily put rice in here. I think we might actually be able to get a second harvest of rice, but we're almost certainly not going to get a second harvest of corn. That's basically impossible. Darude Twitchstorm says, it looks like I'm going to need some more wood. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Yep. Alright, I'm going to start chopping. I'll target sort of the thicker clusters. It's also good to chop trees around your base in case of forest fires. You can control a lot easier when there's not fuel sources and all that. You know, the forest fire is a lot harder to combat when there's a huge forest to be lit. Alright, so this corn was a good idea. This corn is fueling a whole lot of the pemmican that we're going to need. This shelf, what was supposed to be on here? Raw resources of wood. Yeah, alright, we are definitely low on wood. You can tell, because I don't even have a shelf covered in wood. But I hear a pawn somewhere lumberjacking. Ridiculously so. Yep. We'll get the wood soon. I sort of wish they had inspirations that were in reference to their skills. Inspired surgery on Yashua is actually fine, I guess. But obviously she could have had inspired shooting. She is a shooter. Question was, can I grow in the winter if I wall up geothermal? Possibly. We could try it. I was actually eyeballing areas for that. Yeah, it's possible. The trouble is, it has to be the right geothermal node, and it has to be, well, it would have to be this one. So let's try it. I have a whole lot of slate. I have, what, about 100 slate? So let's say I theoretically walled this off. And just as a proof of concept, well, here's the thing is, I'm going to need to build a roof on a lot of it. So it would have to be like a weird U-shape. So it's going to need light level. Basically, it's going to need a direct line of sight to the sky. Yeah, we'll see. And then Jimmy... Oh boy, I'm not sure I'm going to read that out loud, Jimmy. If you mean what I think you mean, then that might not be all that appropriate. Alright, so we have a whole hulking lot of plain leather. So I think what I'm going to do here is, in this shelf here, I am only going to put plain leather so that we have stacks enough of leather that it allows us to craft. Apparently, I have a mind in the gutter, according to him now. I don't know. I just... What came to mind from what you said... Yeah, I won't go there. Alright, sounds like we... Oh, even looks like we are getting a pretty decent amount of beer being crafted. Everyone is enjoying their beer, like, out on this weird drug patio. And nobody's actually enjoying it in the... Very few people are enjoying it actually where they're supposed to, which is a little confusing to me, but that's, you know, I'll overlook their weird drinking patterns. Alright, so this might be too small. This might generate a bit too much heat. True Silent is gold. Thank you for the sub there. So I can make this a bit larger if I need to. This is just like a thought experiment. We'll actually remove the roof over the whole thing, and then, I suppose grow rice in it. I don't know. Howdy, Wolf Bear. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the bits. And you were right here. This is, of course, Wolf Bear. There's a lot of people that are represented here. The Mod Klein, sleeping right here. Angel in chat. Actually, Angel, did you... Yeah, you did change your name, right? Yeah, I believe you did. For all the people picking this up the first time on Twitch, that's very cool. I'm happy to get you here. Happy to see you here. I am, in fact, working towards trying to be a Twitch partner. I'm probably not going to get there this month, but in the next month or two, the more that you tune in, the more likely it is to happen. And then the real advantage of that will be I'll be able to stream in 1080p, and then you can pick your own resolution. Right now, as it is, as an affiliate, I only can stream in the resolution I record in, and I originally was streaming in 1080p, and some people said that they simply couldn't even watch the stream because it was their internet just couldn't handle 1080p, or they were on a phone or something or another. So then, you know, right now it's at 720. Obviously, I'm able to record and stream in higher resolutions. I just don't, as courtesy to all the viewers that can't handle the higher, you know, bandwidth requirement. But, seriously? Really? I have to do it. I don't care what's there. It is a minigun and a shield belt, and it's only guarded by a sleeping mechanoid. Oh, that is ridiculous. Alright, so sleeping mechanoids are famously really, really easy to kill, especially if you have a bunch of, macemen. So if I sent Leth, Jimmy, and Day, that mech would just go splat. And then we would have a shield belt for one of our melees and a minigun for probably Trek. That would be phenomenal. In fact, I will be doing that. That sounds hilarious. Now, one of the rules here, of course, I can't tech past, what is it called? My, you know, electricity or whatever. But, on the other hand, item quests aren't, you know, part of the whole you can't go past this mark status. So, totally dibs on a reward like that. And that is pretty funny. Klein says he calls dibs on the minigun. Alright, I think I'm out of slate. I don't really want to make slate. Ugh, I don't really want to see those dead bodies either. I'm just looking for things to break down that are slate. Alright, there's some slate over here I can break down. Yeah, this base is, let's just say it's required a lot of constructor hours. Like, the amount of time I've spent building this base is kind of ridiculous because it is huge. It's on the water, so it requires an insane amount of wood. Like, the wood, every cell is 12 wood, so the amount of trees I had to cut down is ridiculous. Camel Spider, thanks for the bits. And I'm glad that you're able to tune in for the first time. I don't know if it's the first time, but I'll take your bits from your couch cushion. I'm not above that. Alright, so we just got a cold snap. It's 66 now. I'm pretty sure the cold snap is going to be cold enough to kill off everything left. It won't hurt the heal root, because heal root isn't affected by cold, but everything else is definitely not going to grow. And that means I need to get my rice out of the ground. The positive thing is I might be able to keep my food fresher longer. Yeah, it is a good test for the geothermal if I had the slate, Klein mentions. So, new area. Area 1. Not to be confused with its 51 brother. Let's see. You have a construction of 3, but you know what? I don't really care. You're closest, Wolf. So I'm going to have you break down this structure. Oh, and you immediately go for a walk. That's I tried. Oh, look at Bertha here. That's a funny name for a pet. In fact, all the new subs, if you would like a one of these Huskies or Labradors or the Timberwolf, I'm happy to name them after you. In fact, I'm happy to rename Day as well. Everyone else is a patron or a sub. Actually, they're all patrons. But Day is not. Day is Zero's husband that just sort of showed up, so I didn't... Yeah. Alright, Wolf, could you... Why aren't... Oh, you're not even... Oh, I'm a moron. Okay. He wasn't even assigned to constructing, so I thought he was just slacking off and was like, alright, you have me out here, I'm gonna go wandering, but nope. He wasn't even supposed to be doing it. Alright, so this dump here, let's not use it anymore. Let's actually get some of this stuff hauled away. My stockpile is saying that it's full. Here, these stone blocks, I'm going to call it stone blocks and metals, because for now I'm going to put the steel out there. We are running out of room. Bertha, what got you hurt? Oh, you were eating a turkey. Well, I guess it is the season. Let's check wildlife, because I'm not above hunting some additional. Alright, so some of this meat is spoiling. Definitely not going to need a passive cooler in here. Alright, so Bertha, you're getting a new name. Hold on. Kraba Crabadash. Mr. Pencil, you're trying to butter me up. Let's see. Mr. Pencil. Day here is incapable of dumb labor, is an artist. Is indeed an artist. The wolf is not locked away. The wolf is in pet zone. And then also aiming to be trained. Which generally means someone will get to it eventually. You know how I am like that. Alright, inspired trade for Zelda. I don't have any slaves to trade off, so that's not all that useful at the moment. I'm going to leave these for the moment. I'm going to leave the rest of the Muffalo because I'm not exact... Oh, well, I guess the Muffalo's not going to leave me. That's funny. I was like, I don't think I need to kill any more Muffalo, but, alright, crab is fine, apparently, for the wolf. If I wanted to keep the kitchen colder, and let's say I do, because, you know, that would be wise or whatever, yeah, I'll probably vent in something here. So what I'll do is I will remove the roof over the stove, and then I can also remove the roof over the shelf. That's not going to rot anything as a result. Alright, so it's nighttime, so Angel's the only one up, and there is a mad Muffalo out here that's going to threaten her. I was right. This cold snap has basically killed off everything. Yeah. Let me know what you want me to name the dog. I could do the full name, but that might be a little tough. Okay, she's gonna need some backup. Trek, I'm sorry to have you come out here, but I did have Yanshui die to being stomped to death by one of these things. And, Angel doesn't seem to be able to get away. She just got stomped in the neck. Okay, go away, Muffalo. Quit hitting me. Alright, Trek's coming to help. I thought I could just wiggle around this Muffalo, but Angel is taking the brunt of the beating now. But I don't want to risk friendly fire either. There we go. I shouldn't worry about friendly fire. Trek is a real professional here. He hasn't missed yet. Still hasn't missed. Alright, Angel is okay. That's what I like to see. There is a door you can open. To the outside? Where? This one? Of the kitchen? Oh, I could put in a door. Yes. Okay, Vasmoya is going to be a name. Let me find you a healthy dog, because some of these dogs are not so healthy. There we go. Yeah, that chase made you a little hungry. I think what it was is you just, yeah, you had to fight for your life and you got the munchies. It happens to the best of us. You know, nearly dying and then going, you know what, I'm hungry. Alright, so this cold snap is really cold, and I don't even really need to remove roofs because the whole base is getting quite frigid. What I'm going to do is, Angel, you are going to rest. Wolf, I still have you out there, don't I? Really, I did that to you? I do that a lot. I get distracted and I leave pawns, like, locked away. The southern kitchen door. Yeah, there's a door right here that could be opened up. The only problem opening that door up is it has a direct line of sight to the outside because the moat isn't done. So it would allow whatever animals, all these muffalo, ibex, etc., right into the kitchen directly. And I don't really want them to waltz right in, so I'd rather just remove the roof at the moment. That's sort of a cheaper alternative. Alright, we are still hurting badly for the wood, mostly because we're just about ready to finish off this bridge. I think what I'm going to do is, let me zoom in, forbid this section of the bridge, because I really want to stockpile some wood to start heating up the base. Alright, so she's healing up. I'll give her her bed back. And I'm going to force people to haul, even you, Klein. I know you're researching, but make some space because this pemmican is starting to add up. Alright, so we're getting a pretty healthy amount of backed up pemmican. And that will help us through the winter when there's fewer creatures to consume. Alright, and let's see. Angel, I'm just going to have you rest up this one. Apparently Zero is not wearing anything warm enough. That's a little concerning. My current... Alright, so this granite shelf obviously did not get the memo, and it still has the wrong textiles on it. But I do have every single possible backup clothing. So what I'm going to do is, let's queue toques. I'm going to craft until I have 2. That is normal and better, and 95 and better, because I think that's whatever the other task is here, right? Let's go see. Normal better, 95 better, yep. Only allow cloth, and craft with chief, and drop to temp. And this is temp. Temp crafting stockpile, okay. And then on top of that, this shelf here, I'm going to clear it off and only allow cotton. Or cloth, rather. So if there are more requests for pawn renaming, just let me know. I'm not always looking at the chat. So let's get a quick... Alright, 26 times 5. Not bad. We're getting there for being able to wall up our bridges. Or start to not have more wood. It will be wonderful when we finally finish the whole wooden bridge thing. Cactus Pat says he wants a plant named after him. That's a request I haven't heard before. All right, so Chief is cranking out some toques, and then people can switch over the cowboy hats to toques. I think, like, I had quite the temperature swing. It was at one point like a heat wave, and it was really, really, really hot, and people were getting hyperthermia, rather, heat stroke. And now we have the very, very opposite, where everyone is freezing cold. And in fact, Leth has hypothermia. Okay. So if I have hypothermia... Oh, all my beer is gone, because I wasn't paying attention to it. So, I'm awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna go... Leth, you go stand in here. And Day. Alright, Jimmy. Alright, I'm going to keep them sort of standing around for a bit. What I'll start to do is to drop campfires sort of everywhere to keep people warm and warm up the rooms. And this is why I was really eager to get the bridges built. And I, of course, absolutely, positively ruined the bridge, or the beer, with my not paying attention to the, how cold it was. And all the brawlers, because they're in heat-conductive metal clothing, they're getting all sorts of cold. Alright. Jimmy... Your bedroom is being heated up now. Very inefficiently, slowly. There's a lot of square footage that requires heat. Angel, I'm going to have you crank some more out. Another thing I want to do is... Actually, let me zoom out. All of these campfires are not going to be gather spots. I don't want people gathering at them. Alright. Another thing I could probably do is to allow the brawlers to wear toques, as that would make a significant difference to their heat. But now, even Jimmy's bedroom is... Let's see. Gear... Yeah, it's warm enough that he's not going to get hypothermia. So that's good. Alright, looks like all the bridges are done. Now we're just working on the walls. And then I'm going to create myself a minigun. Oh, this is deteriorating because it's unroofed. Oh, so now it's outdoors and unroofed. It wasn't before. I'm definitely going to have to find a new spot for that. Erg. Alright, let's see. We will... I'm thinking. I could wall that off, but it would be a really weird wall to build. I could store it in here for now, but that's really far outside the base. I think what I'm going to do is create a little bit of a food stocks type construction here. And then the rest of this will be temple. Alright, so that could be like food stocks. And because it's going to share a wall with the temple, I'm making it... Or we could put the temple here. Honestly, we could put the temple up there. Because this is like a really nice area to put the temple. And then this can all be long-term food storage, etc., etc. So, let's go ahead, reinstall... where would I want the pup up? For now, I'm just going to move all these sort of out of the way. I think we need another bed as well. So let's just build a copy. And shrink this zone. The metals are being moved outside. Not like outside the base outside, but out of the general stockpile. Alright, Jimmy will start moving the beds. All my dear pemmican is decaying. I didn't really realize that. Before it was... I guess it was just like a game error that it wasn't rendering correctly or something. I don't know. I pretend to know what I'm doing, but sometimes I don't. Alright, so that's the last animal bed we needed. I have no idea why I was making the walls the way I was. But this can be the long-term food storage here. A nice, healthy, sizable long-term food storage. Put some doors in there. Get rid of these pointless walls. And then I'll also keep the dogs out of it, yes. And then the dogs will be allowed to go into the regular stockpile, but not this one. They can pass through, but they won't linger here. And I'm just making it marble because I really didn't have any granite left. Day is working on the granite, but we don't have much. I'm going to remove these grow zones because we're going to probably change the grow zones before next season. I see you, Rat. You're standing right next to the Rat Smasher. You've made critical errors here. Critical errors. How is that rotting? Oh, because it's... It should be yeah, it's significantly unroofed. It's just really, really hot. Anyway, okay, so this stockpile here, we're gonna copy settings, and let's paste them here. Remove this stockpile altogether. And there we go. Get that going. So this is plenty of surplus food. I mean, I have no idea how we'd ever fill that up. Another thing I probably, another thing I would want to do is to add doors that allows shooters to shoot whoever's around here. So I'll go do that. Let me take a look at the pet zone again. Alright, that looks about right. Man, these buffalo are getting real close. Hypothermic. Okay, we're getting frostbite. What I'm going to do now is let's change it to Brawlers Headgear. No simples, so they should... Actually, Brawlers will be forced to wear toques. If I'm starting to, like, lose digits and whatnot, we really need to solve that. And properly. Alright, so this is still outside because we haven't walled it off. Now with the toques, we're safe to negative... Yeah, we're safe about 20 extra degrees, which is good. Alright, Angel. Let's go and haul the pemmican. Food and drugs. I'm gonna have her Now that she's the nighttime, the night watch. Day stole, he didn't really steal it. She was resting. But I'm kicking him out. Alright, Jimmy's bed is, yeah, they're all warm enough now. That's good. Alright, so we got Go Juice, and this is literally the last research we even need in the game. We won't be able to go beyond this, so let's get that done. Alright, now I'm going to take a look at hauling. I'm going to make it #1 top priority for everyone. And hopefully we'll bring the pemmican where it belongs. Hopefully. Cold snap's over. Don't think there's much of a point to sow crops, though. Do I plan to ever make Go Juice? No, not really. I don't have Nuturamine. I don't have a way to really reliably get Nuturamine. It's just something to research. Alright, what is heating up everything in here? I don't understand how this is so way hotter than ambient. I guess I could add a whole bunch of vents or something. Okay, everyone's sealed up now, so the stomping of the muffalo, the running of the buffalo, we're recovered. I think our external moat wall is done, which is very good news, because that means these doors could stay open. As there's really no way for raiders to get there. And then I do believe it needs a roof. Let's uninstall this here and build a roof on this. Alright, so our pemmican is no longer needlessly spoiling, rotting, whatever you want to call it. And these walls here can be removed. Our beer is not being spoiled. But it looks like we're going to need some meat. So I'll queue up the hunting. Moving deep water is passable, just very slow. The deep water that is not moving is impassable. Alright, so this zone here needs some roofing. I figured as much. So I'm using this deep water as a line of sight breaker. Basically, you can't move past it. So this geothermal is, because if it's all unroofed, it's not registering as heat. We'll try to fix that. Painting the zone here. So I'm going to clear my current home zone. What I ought to do is try to work out a spot to for farm fields that are walled off come springtime. And I'm looking down here especially. So what I'm going to do is a cut plants, a really, really expensive cut plants, but a cut plants down there. I do still need to get that minigun. In fact, in the winter, it's a really good time to do it because my food won't spoil. So even I could bring simple meals and go do it. Taking a look at my quest, I have 24 days to do it. Are all these guys in toques now? Yes, they are in toques. Alright, I think I'm going to send Zero, Day, and Jimmy to go and do that now before I forget and run out of time. So day, or actually let's get some bedrolls. Furniture, double bedroll. And a single bedroll. And Chief will be the one making them. I do plan to move the brewery at some point, as this is a thoroughfare. And yeah, as you mention it, this would be like a phenomenal spot for it, because it's right next to where we store the beer. So this can become our brewery here. Our brew house. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, I'll check. Truck made that one, but that's okay. This is not so much next to cold storage, it's just storage. Let's put a lamp or torch in there. What's the light level here? Yeah, it allows us to walk through a little bit more quickly. Who's going on the quest? 2 brawlers. And the wife of a brawler. Alright, the barrels that are empty I'm going to move. The barrels that are full I'm going to leave for now. Leaving for now so that I don't have to like reheat this area. This will eventually be the brewery, but I'm not ready to switch it up. The quest is for a minigun and a shield belt. I figure that's a pretty generous gift as far as gifts go. So what we'll do is torch and fire, and maybe furniture for a shelf made of marble. There. Who's a really bad constructor? Zelda. Cool. Copy these settings. Ah, darn it. I just copied again. Let's see. It was hops and wort. Wort and... oh god, I gotta collapse this stuff. I can't find anything. Plant matter, hops. Alright, so come morning, I will send them. I'm not going to do it. Oh, what are you doing in here? How'd you even get in here? Snuck through a door that was temporarily opened? God, Trek is reliable. Alright, so this is a shelf for wood. Raw resources of wood. Alright, pets should probably not be allowed in here. And then this door... if we notice that it gets too cold, I can leave that door closed. Actually, I guess it's fine that pets are in there. Nah, I'm gonna keep them out. No pets in the brewery. Alright, so this roof is not working. Let's build it all up and then start removing roof until it works. Why is there campfire in the beer room? Because if it gets too cold or too warm, the beer gets ruined. And right now the ambient temperature is way too cold to ferment beer, so this is also not a gather spot. Let me double check all the gather spots. There we go. Elm, thanks for the sub, or the resub, I think, right? what's going on here? Why is this... Oh, because no one's even roofed it off. Well, we're going to have to wait. Wow, look at how trashed this area has become. This base gets really messy when I tell everyone to haul and nothing else. Okay, so now it's superheated. And I'm going to remove a little bit of the roof and see if we can't strike a nice balanced medium. All the bedrolls are indeed finished. I was waiting to daybreak so that we could leave when everyone's well rested and not spend a day or a night sleeping on the road. Hence the delay. A mad hare. I think I can handle that. It is your first time subbing? Oh, well, you were you have an elephant named after you in Pantheon. So maybe that's what I was confused about. You had donated an elephant. Alright, let's go ahead and have them head out. So, let's caravan. Form caravan. It was Day, Zero, and Jimmy. Not going to bring any of the pets. Let's bring all the simple meals. It is that should be enough meals. I'm just going to bring a little bit of pemmican just to make sure. Then, of course, the bedrolls, because... Wow, there's a masterwork one? Cool. And the double. Some beer for the road. I'm not a monster. I know what they want. And some ambrosia for the road. And maybe some wake up. All right. Nope, it's super cold in there again. What about one chimney? Yeah, I don't think the whole... There's no way to get a significant amount of growth out of the geysers here, as they're being hyper fussy. So if I have one unroofed, I can get a rice plant growing during the winter. And that's about it. That looks to be about the extent of it, ridiculously enough. Alright, so they're headed to the item stash, taking a look around. There is Lagua, who's a slave I sold into slavery, who was also sort of part of the group for a very brief period of time. Yeah, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. Beer, ambrosia, and wake up sounds like a trip to Vegas, or at least backcountry. Reference there, maybe. So at this point, all of our veggies are tied up in this PEM, but we have about 3k PEM, so I would say I'm pretty comfortable with that. Our caravan found someone else, and cool. That's nice. I guess there was absolutely nothing to do there. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is try to stockpile this stuff sort of more meaningfully. Meaning, not blocking the edge of the path so we can walk a little bit more freely. In fact, not up there at all. Alright. That might be too much stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. The trade there was just like, hey, you want more pemmican? And it's like, no. I have plenty of food, thank you. Alright. Only I can prevent forest fires. I prevent them by cutting down all the forests. You can call me Bolsonaro. Klein is curious if I should save Lagua. So if you're interested in saving Lagua, to sell him back into slavery, oof, that would be really harsh, but that's exactly what I would do. Go ahead and vote. Cause, yeah, hilarious, right? Alright, I'm going to copy and paste the bills over so that we can have multiple cooks in the kitchen. Angel and, Yan Shui won't necessarily compete anymore, as they're both cooks. And that way, they need to be, will have more, I don't know, bang for a buck for fuel or whatever. Not having Jimmy around does mean that everything's going to get a little bit dirtier, doesn't it? Let's see. Trek, when you're not hunting or constructing, you're going to be cleaning before hauling. All right. Happy dogs. Some animal starvation. Well, I don't like to see that. So, what can I do about it? I can let them in to eat some meat. Eat some raw meat. I got plenty of raw meat. There's plenty of things to shoot in this winter. We are pretty civilized, pretty clean tribals. Yeah. Just because we don't know what electricity is doesn't mean we can't be a little civilized. Wow, I went from no wood to 2.3k really, really quickly. There's something else I probably ought to do, which is to organize my stockpiles, or at least to have a higher quality or more important, like, stockpile of stuff. So how's their progress? Their mood is holding fast, and they are a day away with almost 5 days of food. I would say they're doing pretty good. Alright, so the curious thing is, why is this shelf no wood, even though I say it's a priority important to have wood there? That is what I am wondering about. Just no one's hauled it? That could be. Alright, so now I think I should start working towards the shrine. So I'm going to build a... looks to be a little bit of a pier out, and then I'll start filling it in. And this is the Wondrous Shrine to Grief, one of my 2 goals of this series. The other goal is to wipe out all the pirates. So this is a, just a giant, impressive, serves no other purpose than being a shrine. Maybe a sarcophagus as well. It'll be a tomb, in case, if in the case that Yan Shui dies for a 3rd time, we can bury her up there. I'm joking, I wouldn't let that happen. Well, no, that's not true. I would try to not let that happen, as I think more accurately I should how I should depict it. Because God knows I have let a lot of people die. Alright, so we're... how much meat do we... oh, 6 for about 1,000 meat. 1,100. That's pretty good. I'll kill the fox, too. Hope Hyperfox isn't in the chat here. You only live thrice? Yeah. So if you're curious about the backstory, like if it doesn't make sense to you what I'm talking about, Silverfang Hunters was the last Twitch series on the Tuesday, Thursday time slots, and everyone died. But then a man in black named Grief saved them. And actually not everyone died. Zero never really died. Zero hasn't died yet. Just was captured by pirates. Everyone else did properly die, though. Yeah, and then Grief brought them all back to life, shoved them into cryopods, and then Zero was able to revive them all. Yan Shui died again, and then got revived, and then got res psychosis, which was going to kill her again, and then we fixed that by heal mech seruming her, and yeah, so very, very lucky. Looks like my animals, like, aren't really hauling anything, which is a little strange because there's... Oh, some of them aren't even trained. Let's see. I'm going to have you priority handle. And here we have the map encounter. So we have a sleeping lancer. Perfect. I love killing lancers. So the item's in this wooden box thing. And this lancer is going to be sleeping, and it will wake up when we get close. So I'm going to slow down time and approach. Like this. And when you get really close, it wakes up. And lancers are very easy to melee to death. I brought Zero here so that I could affect any medical. I didn't bring any meds though, because you know I'm not that smart. So Zero's healing her husband, and here we have, ooh, yes, all the wonderful stuff. All right, so Jimmy, I'm not sure you're gonna keep it because brawlers have a better melee hit chance. But you'll wear it for now. Actually, you know what? You're just going to pick it up. Alright. We have the minigun and the belt. Let's return home. And here they are. Just the way we want them. Alright. You... What can I do? You're patched up. I guess we're fine. Close enough to Lagua? Alright. We're going to approach the prisoner camp. I've been told that is what I should do. So, Zero and Day. Gonna get that stuff. I almost feel bad for this one enemy that is guarding Lagua. Yan Shui lives twice. Lagua gets sold into slavery twice. Zero is a girl, yes, named Robert Liston. Don't ask. A little bit of gender bending there. It's just the way it is. Okay, there is definitely too much heat there, but that rice has grown. No, there is a mod, Crab, that allows us to sell slaves at no penalty, no mood penalty for us. That is one of the mods that is installed for this series, so that I can sell to my heart's content and not worry about making everyone sad or mad or whatever. Alright, so we're getting the rest of the bridging up. I have a lot more real estate that I don't know what I'm going to do with. And that was the last of our research, so let's just put the chair here. And get rid of the research task. And these bedrooms are going to get... Oh, the beer, if it hadn't... Yep. Alright, so here's the issue. We need... Who is a fast runner? Was it Zelda? Fast learner. Nope. Someone who can run around real good. Wolf, I'm sorry to say, I think it's going to be you. I'm going to make Wolf a hauler to make sure that these fireplaces get restocked. Alright, I don't need a research project. Yo. The story... Okay, there we go. I just can break that down and now it will leave me alone. Alright, Angel is the hearth. The hearth warmer. There we go. We're going to have a lot less hypothermia tonight. This is not the first one, or is it? No, it's not the first. It's the second. Who are we? Oh, we're visiting the grave of the dog. That's right. I was curious why Klein was visiting A grave. These cold bogs are going to be really slow to move through. But you all voted, so... So it shall be done. I'm surprised people are not switching off their cowboy hats. Maybe I don't... I definitely have toques. Maybe they're just not cold enough. But I guess that's fine. Man, I'm so surprised that there's just never wood in that shelf. Is there something wrong with this? Wood. Yes. No, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just not working. So instead of ending usually at my 1 hour, I'm just going to go over time a little bit. I hope you all don't mind. No, it's not all being used for the bridges. I've got 2,600 sitting in storage. It's just no one's hauling it to the shelf. Oh, wow. So the only issue here is we're definitely going to have to steal a whole lot of food from, or make some. I didn't really bring enough food to do this prisoner rescue slash recapture. So maybe I'll have to cook on the spot, do some butchery or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but obviously we're going to run quick out of food. Of that I am sure. I'm sort of curious why I haven't been raided. Like, I almost want to just dev a raid in because I don't know what's going on. The Storyteller is a big wuss pacifist. I got like some mad bunnies that try to bite me or whatever. And that's all that's been going on. Some people left YouTube comments about how every now and then a Storyteller will just sort of bug out and not work. And this might be exactly what you're referencing. Alright, so this shelf is getting finally stockpiled. At least all this piece is allowing me to do a crazy amount of, like, base setup. I'd never be able to do a mega project like this. Yeah, let's make Randy mad. Let's tease him and poke fun at him. Call him a wuss. Gutless. Nutless and gutless for not attacking me. I guess I did just bash it like a mech to death. But, you know. All in the day's work. Come on, you're standing... This is so weird. Take the wood from the... Okay. So here we are, the map encounter. And... we entered from the south. They have some batteries. Let's see. The turret's range is there, so 0 can go as close to about here. Do they even have cover? Oh, they really have very minimal coverage on the other side, so I'm going to switch sides. There's Lagua. Ah, great. Lagua doesn't even have any clothing. Even if we rescue him, he's going to freeze to death. We're going to have to strip their defender, the little knived defender, of his stuff. So 0 doesn't mess around. Big old opening volley. Alright, Connor. We need your clothing. So die, like, gracefully, please. And just don't make a... Oh, okay, it's gonna be trashed. Alright, let's go for the disabling the turrets. And in fact, if I really wanted to, I could just, like, walk there with the shield belt on, but I'd rather not do that. I could force Lagua to wear Tainted. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. While they work on that, I'm going to enjoy my tree cutting. 50%. 25%. I'm surprised it hasn't sparked yet. Why care if Lagua wears tainted? I don't. You're right. I really, really don't. Okay, this other turret I can stand... I'll just blow up the battery. Or something, I don't know. Let's go stand right there. Oh, I can't see it. At least there's, I like how there's like a maple tree right in front of the, Oh, sure. Eat your ambrosia. Jimmy, in fact, eat the other one. Maple tree right in front of the door. Oh, Day decided that, now is a really good time to nap. Sleepy time. Yeah, this... I don't even know why Lagua thinks he's a prisoner anymore. Okay, let's free him. And have him stripped. Alright, this base has been defeated. There's a little bit of meat here, so let's see if I can't, let's deconstruct some stuff for wood and cook up what we can for simple meals. I'm not so sure I enjoy polar bears like standing next to me. That makes me a little uneasy, just a little bit. All right, who is a cook here? Zero is the cook. Oh, somehow that dude was wearing both tribal wear and pants. I don't know how that works. Humpty Moo, thanks for the bits. Thank you so very much for the bits. That's awesome. Alright, so we will get through this backlog of stuff. Man, there's a lot of really dangerous animals here. There's a polar bear, there's a warg, there's an arctic fox, there's a megasloth. This was not a zone to like hang out and, you know, whatever. Items. Bringing the meat. I guess the components, because why not? I like how the dude we killed was a slave himself. But no mercy. I'm not going to bother bringing the batteries or anything else, because I don't really need it. And then I'm going to walk these guys to the nearest slave auction place. So we had like a tribal slave that had powered turrets and all that, defending a base. Real honestly confused by how that all works. I know that I need to arrest Lagua again to sell him. Yes, I'm aware, as he is currently a member of the tribe, because I rescued him rather than just arrested him. But I figured I'd just go the easy route, because if I arrested him, it would have been a little bit more annoying to try to get him wearing the proper clothing. So I'm just looking. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff left to haul. So these dogs that are just standing around are just lazy. And I'm gonna go hunt Muffalo, so that we don't have to tap into the pemmican, because that'd be really cool if I went through the entire winter and never ate anything. So let's see. We have 2.3 days. Question for Marty B asks, what if he falls in love mid-journey? I guess we keep him. But I don't think that's at all possible, because Zero's the only single lady, and Zero's the only lady and is not single. But hey, I don't know. Weirder things have happened, I suppose. Yeah, I, Wow, I didn't realize how much tea we had. Do I have this scheduled? No, I probably don't. No, I don't. Okay, that explains my ridiculous amount of extra tea. So, schedule. I'm going to schedule even ambrosia too. So, ambrosia every, what is it, 2-3 days? I forget. And I forget how often you can do it to be addictive. Psyche tea only if mood is below, what is it, 78 and 68? That's what I'll do. I don't know if it's correct because I don't have it memorized, but that's what I'm going to have. Alright, let's start refilling these campfires. I have all this beautiful wood. There's no sense in sleeping cold. Looks like I'm going to need a new shelf somewhere around here. I'll put it here for wood. Zelda gets to make that one. And additionally, what I'm going to do is throw some vents in here because we're having stuff spoil. Marty asks if I'm going to have other entrances other than this entrance. I don't think so. It would be smart, but I'm just going to try to force them all to enter. Twitch Storm, yes. All the bills are copied over. So we're almost done with all of the construction projects bridge-wise that I'm ever going to need. Which is cool. I have a whole lot of drugs. I suppose this could also double as a drug lab, right? Wouldn't really hurt. Alright, let's have you break down some walls. So we're almost at the closest trader. I'm not going to be able to sell Lagua right off the bat, but that's okay. I can come back. Alright, well at least the meat won't spoil because now it's totally outside. And we'll get that rebuilt. The caravan is here. I'm just making sure that I have enough food to get home, and I believe I do. So let's go. Yeah. Oh, it's close. It's a nice road. So that's no problem at all. Alright. The vents. So the outdoor temperature is just around freezing, so it should keep most of this meat from spoiling. We're almost done with that bridge project. That is really encouraging. And then, I don't really have a prison for Lagua, do I? Yeah. Yeah. Well, so here's the problem. Ideally, your prison would be close to the kitchen, because you're going to have to feed the prisoner. But this seems to be a good spot as well because we'll be able to just grab pemmican and we can feed the prisoner pemmican, which is, you know, locally sourced or whatever. So we'll go ahead and do that. So cancel that out of the pet zone. This stockpile is going to migrate north a bit. And I actually have a raid. Fantastic. They're arriving in transport pods in separate groups, attacking immediately. Alright. Trek. Wolf. Klein. Angel. Leth is the only brawler left standing. Yan Shui. Chief. Zelda. Wolf can take this one here. Animals. Safe room. Alright, let's take a look at these raiders. We've got 3 from the south wielding mini pistols, and northeast wielding a shotgun, a grenade. Okay, the grenadier is going to be the annoying one here. Everyone else, no problem. I'm curious what's going to happen with this grenade, to be honest. And then also, it'd be funny if I showed up reinforcements, like, all of a sudden. Who's, someone's getting shot. Something is getting shot. Oh, Chester is. Oh, no, there's even more people to the south. Run, Chester, run! Oh, no, Chester. Wrong way. Alright, Chester's probably bleeding out or dead. I'm not sure which. Not the brightest dog. I'm not going to install the traps. I'm sort of eager to actually have a challenge here. So, they're going to set fire because I haven't walled off anything. That's fine. It's to be expected. Alright. Obviously, standing there, not ideal. So we're going to move them. Let's move to cover. Ouch. Wolf just got hit. I'm going to... Ow. Come on, I was in process of moving. Guess I should do a better job of it. Alright, so here we go. Now we have everyone nice and lined up to get massacred. And I would say this setup works pretty well. Even with one, just the single brawler, they are all fleeing. So I totally feel okay about this setup. Yeah, that was... Chester is a good dumb boy. No, actually, Chester might not die. Let's see if I can't save Chester. So, Yanshui, run out here. And... new area. Here. Furniture. Animal spot. The heal route's okay. If I lose it, I'll lose it. Alright, you're gonna be restricted to Area 1. Doctor. Doc. Yanshui, Doc. Tend. Chester will be fine. The other people just showed up. Cool, because, you know, you're really getting here in time. Everyone else, I'm just going to patch up now, rather than run the risk of infection if I don't. Now, you know what? I saved most of the hill route. Certainly not all of it, but the necessary bits. All right, so I got shot in the neck. That stings a little bit, but I would say that the defense as a whole was pretty functional. Okay, so I don't really want... Wow, everything is really, really bloody. Alright, Yanshui, you want to work, you don't want to work no more? That's fine. I don't have a hospital yet. And then, of course, if we are so... they're bleeding out really, 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 really fast. Okay, let's see. Let's try to capture as many as we can. Gallagher here, I don't think there's hope for, as they've got no time at all. No, we'll try. Alright, prisoners, what am I doing? I am not giving you meds. No meds. There's no time. You're dead in less than an hour. Oh, Yang Shui's fighting time. Yep, I think we got him. We got him. Alright, so this door needs to be closed. Let's go haul some of these corpses. Where are we hauling them? I don't want to haul them all the way in there. Alright, Chester, let's carry you. I'm just putting the corpses outside so the animals can haul them to their little food stockpile. What I need to do is a proper storage for it. Alright, it's a little bloody in here. Who's bleeding still? Wolf? No, Wolf's patched up. Lagua. I don't really have a prison for you yet, dude, but we're gonna sell you pretty soon. Pretty darn soon, once I have a spot for you. Now I'll just leave you sleeping there. I don't I don't really care. Alright, he can sleep in here for now. Where is he? You definitely don't go ahead of anyone else. For right now, Lagua, you are just gonna be my clean slave. So I know he's, you know, a tribe member or whatever, quote unquote, but we're gonna treat him like a slave already. Alright, so this stuff here has to be forbidden, as it was raider loot. And then these zones here. Whatever. I guess we'll see some dead bodies. Alright, so wow. Well, one has a psychite addiction, which is going to be really annoying. The other one has just ambrosia warmth. Okay. Well, the worry about the addiction is I'm going to have to, feed the addiction, or she's going to go in withdrawals, and then I'm not going to be able to move her around. It's going to be a real pain. But I'm definitely not going to bother having her go cold turkey or anything like that. So, that's something to consider. I could sell them real quick, yeah, but the more quickly I sell them, honestly, the trouble is that they can't walk real fast when they're really wounded. So I have to, strike a nice balance of, when I sell them so that they can move quick. Alright, all these animals, let's go pet zone. And we'll change the pet zone to keep you out of there. I am allowed to feed them their own psychite, but I already have psychite. I have psychite tea, and that should... But this dude's addicted to flake. So I don't know if I can help him out in that regard. So I don't really have any flake to feed him. No, I don't think I'm allowed to use the flake. Even if it's his or not. It's not mine to trade or sell or anything like that. Alright, so I'm going to actually make a proper barn for these puppies. And then we'll have a exposed path here. And eventually I can add some more prison cells or whatever. But this temple's going to come together soon. So I would say... temple. That will be the blueprint, the floor print, if you will, of the temple. Oh, smoke leaf. Cool. I'll just get the dude addicted to something else. Oh, yeah, problem. Someone is clearly not very good at architecture here. I definitely just walled myself off. Alright, so this is getting all set up for our prisoner. A new prison room. For right now, Zero is the one with the big old minigun, so let's switch that out. Jimmy, let's see. Leth the Rat Smasher probably should be the one with the shield belt as well. So I'll have Day drop it. Additionally, Lagua, you're a slave, so you don't get recreation. Crack the whip. Yep, Klein, I see the uptime. I know I'm running a little late. Or a little long. Alright, we have a medical emergency. Why? You just blood loss? You're not cold or anything? That's fine. Okay, the shooter. So, Klein... Yes. You psychopath. I think a minigun would go good. You Ramboing psychopath. Alright, so we got a minigun in play. Klein, you are going to be our... Oh, you're already a top hunter. Trek's been so good with the revolver that I really feel sort of terrible taken away from him. Because he's like a crack shot. He's really just like one of those crack shots of the West. So we'll just leave him to be a crack shot. Why change that? Alright, the temple's obviously going to need an entrance. That's probably bigger than we need it to be. So I'm going to shrink it down just a little. No offense to the shrine gods. And I remembered to add doors this time. Teehee, yes, yes. Alright, everyone's fully healed. Let's see if administering Psychite Tea scratches the Psychite itch. I don't think so. Nope, it does. Cool. Perfect. I don't need the flake. I can just do tea. Alright, Chester. I'm gonna send you to the safe room so that I can move your bed. Alright. Oh, some prisoners are going berserk. Sweet. I like bum fights. Came to the wrong place if you're looking for sympathy. Oh, look, what? I don't know what happened, but it looks hilarious. They all knocked each other out or something. Alright, temperature. And... let's see about this. So, we want them to heal up fast, so I'm actually going to give them beds and stools and stuff. I think I have one bed. You know what? We have bedrolls. But bedrolls don't let you heal very quick. So, I will install one bed and then build some others. Alright, so my best constructor, Chief. Rice died from rotting. Was it this one? Nope. I don't think the geothermal is all that effective. Just gonna say it. Oh, a masterwork stool. These prisoners better appreciate. Alright, so this prison's all set. Lagua is ready to be captured. So... he goes willingly. Just like last time, I think. Oh, poor Lagua. Not poor, I don't care. Alright, these golden here. Clearly you're not Okay, there we go. Wow, that table is really beat up. Let's see. There we go. That will allow us to craft a little bit faster. Doing it indoors and do it in the warmth. Hey, Jimmy. Thanks for the bits. Alright, so it shouldn't be bad temperature soon. Isn't this roofed off? Yeah. Well, at least we're in the light or whatever. It's cold enough that it's pulling the temperature down pretty quick. What's their temperature? It's nice and warm in there. Plenty of drugs as well. Chester, why? What is wrong with you? Stop going to the wrong bed. I need to fix this. So, Angel, you're up at this hour. Let's fix this bed. Where were you? What were you doing? Oh, you must have been hauling one of these animals. Oops. Alright, winter officially begun. Wow, these heal root are... I'm just going to harvest them now because they're basically dead. Mr. Chester, we're going to put you back into the pet zone. Chimur, howdy. Thanks for the bits there. Alright, so now we have a, our barn. And I'm going to torch lamp the barn. This should be, yep, it is a barn. Another thing I could possibly, whoa, we are low on that kind of food. Another thing I could do is to make kibble and keep it in the barn. It's kind of a long haul to bring all the kibble all the way out there, but that's food for thought. How do you botch hunting like that? Yeah, we're hunting with a minigun. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Alright, let's see. Are they all pissed? Nope. They're not all pissed. Ooh, Trek misses? I didn't realize that was even a thing. Well, he doesn't miss much. Maybe it was a warning shot, like, you better not come. Alright, looks like we're out of beer. Is that... I guess that's possible. I'm just going to make sure that, yeah, the pets aren't allowed in there, so they weren't drinking the beer. There's literally nowhere to store skins. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is, craft up a few extra clothing. And yeah. Once we sell these slaves, I'll probably bring a whole lot of skins to sell as well. So another thing I ought to do now that we are almost ready with this temple is to start making legitimate art. Right? What is going on? Oh, Klein was going Rambo. Klein, where are you running to? Elk? I feel like my haulers, yeah, we don't even have space to store. So, another thing I could do is to put some other things in here. Let's separate out the textiles and put the textiles with the pemmican. So it's kind of like animal byproducts or something, I don't know. So it's almost not bad temperature in that stone cutting room now. And indoors. Alright, at this point, I'm going to put some campfires in there. and heat it up. Raise the temperature, melt the snow. Then we need so we have a drug lab. We need to start sculpting. So let's do grand statues, do forever, make it out of marble for now, and Day is the best artist. Who has a burning passion in it? Day. I guess you are going to be our artist. Cool. Some other things I could do. Dining chair here and here. What other drugs could I make? I could actually start doing, like, drug business, but I don't think I will, only because, we're supposed to be doing slavery as a primary resource, and if I start crafting up a whole bunch of drugs, it's going to be hard to keep up with the amount of slaves I'm going to need. Alright, and then another thing I could do is add one more chair in here. I haven't seen the kitchen ever fill up, but you might as well account for the possibility. Alright. I'm going to do a quick survey of my animals if they're hungry. What are your needs? They're a little hungry, but they're not starving. I was sort of curious because there really isn't a lot of food available to them. And a meteorite. Limestone. Boo. I don't need any limestone. I am going a little bit longer for the Twitch monthly time, yes, but I'll probably in 18 minutes. We'll call it 2 hours. In 18 minutes, I'll call it good. There's a bunch of corpses to eat. Yeah, they're probably eating those corpses. In fact, I know this squirrel is. And those corpses are staying nice and cold on the outside. So yeah, that's probably what they're consuming, I'd imagine. These slaves. I'm surprised none of them got infections. You know, this withdrawal is going really, really fast, isn't it? But I'm just gonna keep administering drugs, because why not? It's kind of funny. Someone is starving? Yanshui is starving. Why are you starving? Because we just haven't done any cooking? It's hard to imagine that with all the stuff I guess we do have a pretty big population right now. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus, so we have 15 mouths to feed. All the boars are manhunted. Okay. Animals. Safe zone if you can. I'm gonna need some backup. Where is Klein? Nowhere near. Trek is being overrun by these things. Run into the marsh. Run into the marsh. It's always Trek, man. It's always like Trek's in the middle of everything bad. And that's never not true. He's always like the poor dude that's right next to the giant herd of angry something or another's. But I'm probably going to be able to get to him in time here. And, of course, everyone misses. That's cute. Alright, well, I've outmaneuvered that manhunt pretty effectively. Is there... No, these others are not hunter... Yep, we're good. That was pretty minimal. The only one that got hit was a brawler, so... Success. Now that I'm staring at it, day, let's give up that shield belt to Leth. Rat Smasher gotta smash more rats. Animals. Let's release the beasts. So now everyone but the wolf can haul. That's pretty good. Klein, you can be unconscripted. Crab just reminded me. It's interesting that the map is full of rats. Let's try to tame an Arctic wolf. Why not? Oh, this is so funny. Really? That one wants revenge? Alright, now Klein is the one being chased down. Who is in the area to render aid? Zelda's right here. Cool. I don't think the one I was shooting is going to be a problem, because that one's probably mostly lead and a very little ibex. Yep. In fact, it has permanent injuries. Oh, wow. Alright, Zelda. Good job. That was impressive. Blew up the liver. Oh, that was another good shot. Oh, wow. Zelda, what is your shooting? Oh, your shooting's 13. Okay, that now makes a whole lot of sense. I was curious why she was just murking them. But now I know. Alright, so all of the... wow, that is a very, very warm room. All of the snow is melted in that spot. Day's even hanging out to warm up. Let's see here. Raider. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let's copy this setting here and remove the zone and put Raider corpses in here. Paste the settings, and critically important that fresh, human-like stranger corpses get put there, and then the rotten ones will get put here. Call it Rotten Raiders. Paste the setting, but allow Rotten. Alright, that way it's self-selecting. The rotten ones go to the area where we're probably not going to see the corpses very often, and then the fresh ones are going to be stored closer. Another thing I never really did was make use of the fertile soil area. Now it's deep under snow and I have no idea where it is. No idea whatsoever. These slaves look to be just about healing up. Not too much longer until we can bring them somewhere to make some money. Home zone. Yeah, let's see. Yes, it is home zoned. So let's get rid of that. In fact, let's get rid of this. And what I'm going to do, actually, is to... no people. So let's go to restrictions. Everyone but... No, everyone is going to be on no people now. And then the no people zone is going to be this inverted, basically. And this inverted. And that way the animals can haul the corpses where the corpses belong, but I sure as hell am not doing it. And then the pets will be able to get in here. That's a good point. There we go. All squared away. Another thing I need to start prepping for is the pirate base raids. Now, I have pretty good armor on Leth, Jimmy, and Day. I think what I could do is great bow up the rest of us. So I'm going to do until I have... Let's see. I want excellent or better, 95 plus, count equipped, for great bows, and do until I have, don't count equipped. So I'm just going to keep cranking them out until I have great bows for everyone. Marty asked if Dave's gonna get the rename. Yeah, I probably missed who I'm naming it after. Timberwolves. 6. Cool. Alright, that will be probably the last thing I do this episode. So, Timbery Wolves. Let's get you where you belong. I hope Wolf and Day... Oh, Day was doing something. I hope Leth's not too far. Leth is pretty far, so Leth is going to go in here. And... I think Wolf can get home in time. So, Klein, you're going to be put here. No, actually, you're going to be put here. Alright, Chief. Let's see, is Wolf outpacing the wolves? Yeah, one of the wolves is really slow. Carcinoma and a bad back. Leth is going to cover. He also has a peg leg, so he wouldn't really be able to, like, keep up anyway. Alright, Day, you were supposed to go stand there once you were done. Alright, traps are all set up. Here we go. Free food delivery. I'm actually going to move Klein just so that Zero runs no risk of being splashed. Oh, guys, come on. You know how to attack me. There we go. Daka Daka! Oh my god, there's just so many walls taking damage and so little wolves. Trek is out of position. Yes he is. He's dramatically out of position. Thanks for that warning. This is like tower defense. Come on, wolves. Get moving. Come on. No, what are you doing? Alright, I'm gonna take pot shots at you then. If you're not gonna come attack me, there'll be repercussions. I think this like hard snow is really preventing me from... There we go. Thank you. Being able to hit very much. Whoa, 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 don't shoot past Jimmy. Jimmy's like, guys, you crazy. Alright, well, these guys... Let's see. We killed one. They're just sort of refusing to attack me. It's funny how the bowmen, even in this position, they attack my doors and they get shot. It's kind of an unintended extra bonus. I really don't need that door there, do I? Alright, let's poke out and finish them off. I think it's dead, Klein. Jesus. Alright. That was one way to do with it. There we go. The successful, didn't even get touched, defense against wolves. Let me double check numbers here, or animals. Where is it? Yep, all the wolves are dead. Alright guys, well that was an extra long episode for you all. Partially because I'm trying to make Twitch partner, partially because, why not? Just, you know, wanted to give you all something to watch. Thanks for all the bits that everyone donated. Thanks for a few of the subs that you guys chipped in with. Thursday is probably also going to be somewhat of a longer stream. I might make an announcement about that so that everyone knows. And I'm going to stick around to chat with you all. I'll catch you all, I guess, in 2 days. Thanks for watching.